Well, a man from Grand Rapids facing a felony charge tonight, accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his church. Fox 17 problem solver Ryan Cummings got a hold of the police report explaining how he found out about the case.
This 9-page incident report from Grand Rapids Police lays out the accusations against 55-year-old Christian Billeth, claiming he stole more than $812,000 from St. John's United Church of Christ between March of 2014 until the end of 2019.
The information came to us in July of last year.
Police interviewed several people about the missing money, including the church council president, secretary, and former treasurer.
A member of the church who located through their internal investigation some impropriety with regards to the handling of church finances. After their internal investigation, they contacted the police department, and then we picked up the criminal investigation from there.
The documents allege between May of 2018 and May of 2019, the church investment accounts did not match the books. When a co-signer on those accounts passed away, Billeth was the only one left. Witnesses told police they tried to put somebody else on the account for security and accountability purposes, but Billeth kept dragging his feet. When he stopped attending the church, he stayed on as council president and maintained control of the investment accounts.
It is somewhat unique in that he had ties to the church because he was a member and he was seen as an elder or someone that was in leadership.
A new council president took over last May. In their meetings, they found a check had been cut from one of the investment accounts to Core Audit Consultants, which was never approved or voted on. According to this LinkedIn page, Billeth is that company's president, which is where investigators allege he funneled the missing money for 6 years, more than 66 checks amounting to more than $812,000. Church members told police that Billeth was the only one who could cut the checks, and they were written directly to his company. The money could have a huge impact on the long-term viability of the church. If the missing funds cannot be recovered, it's concerning to employees and the entire congregation.
You know, we're talking about, particularly in this time where people are disengaged from their community, sometimes their spirituality and the place that they worship is all they may have. And if this church is not able to continue on, and I'm not saying for a second that it won't be able to, you have to look at the bigger picture here.
An anonymous letter addressed to the Fox 17 problem solvers pleaded with us to look into this issue. The writer said they were a church member and that they have not been told anything about the case. If these allegations prove true, it's a good reminder about who to trust, even if they go to your church.
I'm not saying for a second that this particular church didn't do all they could do as far as oversight and accountability, but if you overly trust or put most or all the responsibility in the hands of a single individual, you're opening yourself up for impropriety.
Billeth turned himself into Grand Rapids Police and is currently out on bond awaiting trial. Now, I did reach out to his attorney, Jeffrey Kirchhoff, who would not comment on this case. I also reached out to the pastor, but because this is an ongoing investigation, the pastor nor their attorney could comment on the case. Now, Billeth is currently facing one felony charge of embezzlement over more than $100,000. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison and could have to pay back $2.4 million. Reporting in Grand Rapids, Ryan Cummings, Fox 17 News.
All right, Ryan, if there's an issue you'd like us to look into, you can always send an email to problemsolvers@fox17online.com. You can also join the Problem Solvers Facebook group or call the phone number on your screen.